each year. The World Cancer Research Fund estimates that some 8 million people died from cancer, heart disease, and cancer. The deadly manifestation of chronic inflammation are expected to remain the leading causes of death in developed countries for many years to come. But study after study shows that the risk of heart disease and cancer are modifiable by our lifestyle choices, which include the food we choose to eat each day, to shift the balance to your favor. Other than incorporating more natural anti-inflammatory foods in your diet, it is also equally important to avoid or cut down on foods that are known to promote inflammation. Here, we look at the top 9 foods which set the stage for inflammatory diseases. Sugars. Excessive sugar intake causes tooth decay and has been linked to increased risks of obesity, inflammation, and chronic diseases such as metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. Recently, it has also finally been proven that sugar, as well as dairy, are the causes of acne. Common cooking oils. Common vegetable cooking oils used in many homes and restaurants have very high omega-6 fatty acids and dismally low omega-3 fats. A diet consisting of a highly imbalanced omega-6 to omega-3 ratio promotes inflammation and breeds inflammatory diseases like heart disease and cancer. Trans fats. They increase the levels of bad cholesterol while lowering levels of the good cholesterol. But that is not all they can do. They have also been found to promote inflammation, obesity, and resistance to insulin, laying the ground for degenerative illnesses to take place. Find them in deep-fried foods, fast foods, commercially baked goods, and those prepared with partially hydrogenated oil, margarine, or vegetable shortening. Commercially prepared peanut butter is one good example. Your best bet is to read the ingredients list and make sure partially hydrogenated oil or vegetable shortening is not used. Dairy products. As much as 60% of the world's population cannot digest milk. In fact, researchers think that being able to digest milk beyond infancy is abnormal, rather than the other way around. Milk is also a common allergen that can trigger inflammatory responses, such as stomach distress, constipation, diarrhea, skin rashes, acne, hives, and breathing difficulties in susceptible people. Milk and dairy products are as pervasive as foods containing partially hydrogenated oil or omega-3 deficient vegetable oil. Feedlot raised meat. Commercially produced meats are feed with grains like soybeans and corn. A diet that is high in inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids but low in anti-inflammatory omega-3 fats. Due to the small and tight living environment, these animals also gain excess fat and end up with high saturated fats, unless otherwise stated. Most, if not all, beef, pork, and poultry you can find in the supermarkets and restaurants come from feedlot farms. Red meat and processed meat. Red meat contains a molecule that humans don't naturally produce called NUFFGC. The link between processed meat consumption and cancer is even stronger. In the 2007 report by the World Cancer Research Fund and the American Institute for Cancer Research, processed meat has been stated as a convincing cause of cancers of the colon and rectum, and possibly of the esophagus and lungs too. Processed meat includes animal products that have been smoked, cured, salted, or chemically preserved. When you do eat red meat, remember to choose lean cuts and preferably that of grass-fed animals, to reduce the formation of heat-generated food contaminants. It is also advisable not to overcook your meat and use moist heat cooking like stewing and boiling more often than high-temperature dry heat methods such as grilling and frying. Alcohol. Regular high consumption of alcohol has been known to cause irritation and inflammation of the esophagus, larynx, and liver. Over time, the chronic inflammation promotes tumor growth and gives rise to cancer at the sites of repeated irritation. If you find the idea of swapping ethanol for water or tea implausible, at least limit your consumption to no more than 1 drink a day. Refined grains. A lot of the grains we eat nowadays are refined. They are devoid of fiber and vitamin B compared to unpolished and unrefined grains that still have the bran, germ, and the oleron layer intact. This makes refined grains as good as refined sugars, which are practically empty calories. And like refined sugars, refined grains have a higher glycemic index than unprocessed grains, and when they are consistently consumed, can hasten the onset of degenerative diseases like cancer, coronary disease, and diabetes. Products made from refined grains are almost everywhere. The common ones are white rice, white flour, white bread, noodles, pasta, biscuits, and pastries. To make things worse, many products with refined grains undergo further processing to enhance their taste and look, and are often loaded with excess sugar, salt, artificial flavors, or partially hydrogenated oil in the process. Artificial food additives. Some artificial food additives like aspartame and monosodium glutamate reportedly trigger inflammatory responses, especially in people who are already suffering from inflammatory conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis. Only packaged foods contain artificial food additives. If you need to buy them, read the labels carefully and weigh your risks. If you order Chinese takeaways, make sure you have the option to ask for no MSG. Otherwise, look elsewhere.
That's it for today. Check out the channel for more health and weight loss content. You can also purchase our weight loss course. And please, like and subscribe to be notified of our next tip. See you next time.